This episode of What's the Apps is brought to you by Jack Threads. Well, hello there folks, it's John Q here from Techno Buffalo. Hope you guys are doing fantastic, especially for those of you in the States right now celebrating July the 4th. Welcome to another episode of What's the Apps. Today, we're gonna get our mobile tablet gaming on with a little game on the iPad called Band Together. Hit me! Band Together is a highly visual puzzle-based game on the iPad. Your objective is to help these little guys, called bandies, survive and head towards the exit. For me, the characters are a little reminiscent of Gur from Invader Zim, combined with the body of an ant. The gameplay and environment sorta has a Little Big Planet kind of feel, where your main guys are these little guys trapped in this big world, trying to get to the end of the level, hopefully with all of your buddies intact. The gameplay is simple enough. You tap and swipe to control and move your guys. Swiping across multiple little dudes allows them to band together, like the title, and move as a group. As you progress further, the levels introduce new obstacles and the concept of light and darkness via this little dude with a candle on its head. Little bandies outside the reaches of the fire fall asleep instantly, so in order to move your narcoleptic little dudes about, you'll have to safely maneuver your candle guy, I call him the chosen one, close enough to wake them up. I can't say which is cooler, the concept of using light as an obstacle, or the fact that later on in the game, you get this little makeshift looking chainsaw thing that cuts through chunks of styrofoam, or, oh I know, how about the graphics? I think they've done a stellar job at rendering and creating the levels. Some elements look almost photorealistic, which, in my opinion, definitely adds a lot to the overall gaming experience. The audio is also pretty neat. It's a looped little ditty featuring what sounds like some banjos with ambient noises and echoes. It's an interesting mixture of wacky and eerie, which works perfectly with this game, but it's one of those tunes that can get annoying after a little bit, especially if you're struggling with a particular level, so personally, I mute the game. One of my favorite aspects of the game would be these Dimitri Martin looking sketches you get before every level. Most, if not all of them, are guides, highlighting new obstacles or explaining how to complete certain levels. Very cool stuff. Some shortcomings of Band Together are the limited levels. At the moment, there are only 30 levels that you can play through. The controls are responsive and smooth for the most part, except I found that things are a little tricky near the left edge of the screen, especially if you're trying to move your buddies away from the bottom left menu. There also isn't too much substance to the gameplay, but I feel like the awesome graphics helps compensate for it. And speaking of awesome, I'm gonna take some time to thank our friends at Jack Threads. Only suckers pay full price, okay? And if you're into alternative apparel brands like Kidrobot, Hurley, and Stussy, but you hate wasting all of your hard-earned cash on them, listen up. You can score these premium brands at up to 80% off every day. There's a new invite-only shopping club called Jack Threads, serving up street, skate, and surfwear brands at prices that'll melt your brain. Okay? There's a waitlist to join, but if you head on over to jackthreads.com/techno, again, that's jackthreads.com/techno, you'll get instant access to all of their killer hookups. Go now! Back to the review. Overall, if I had to describe the experience of Band Together in one word, it would be neat. The gameplay and the story isn't really anything to write home about, but the stunningly semi-realistic graphics, quirky music, cute bandies, and hand-drawn sketches really immerse you in this Little Big Planet-esque world. The game is free for a limited time right now, so if you have an iPad, it's definitely worth checking out. Band Together, 3.5 out of 5. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Band Together. And again, for you folks in the States, have a wonderful, happy, and safe July the 4th. This was John Q from Techno Buffalo. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Laters!